Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Eliana Aaron, Director of EMA Care. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to answer some questions that have come our way in the last few days and also give you a very brief outline of the changes that occurred today, which will be more detailed tomorrow by the Ministry of Health. So first question, are flights going to be back by September? El Al announced that they were resuming flights in September, so it's safe to assume there will be flights in September. The question is what's going to happen when the second wave of the virus hits in the fall, which the CDC is talking about, and all of the epidemiology bodies that are studying this disease are talking about. So that will be a different question, but there should be flights by then. Certainly, it's important to understand Ben Gurion has not shut down. There are still flights, very limited flights, but there are still flights that are going on. I believe United is still flying, but very limited. That's to the United States mostly. So that I think we just need to wait and see exactly how many flights are available by then. But certainly, I think it's going to keep picking up as the borders open, as regulations go down over the summer. And then, of course, we don't know what that's going to mean once it's fall. If my groceries arrive from a store and I leave them in the bags for 2 days out of the way, can I use them and the bags without wiping them down? So the issue with groceries, we've discussed it a few times. We have two options with groceries. One is to assume that they're contaminated, and when we handle our groceries, we have to make sure that we wash our hands very well for 20 seconds with a lot of soap after we do that. Or you can, and this is what I do, because I have a lot of people sort of going in and out of the kitchen, and it's hard to keep track of what's clean, what's not clean, what's been sanitized, so to speak. So what I recommend is that if you have packages that are either plastic or metallic, like aluminum or cans or things like that, that you actually go ahead and wipe them down. They could be sprayed with a antibacterial cleanser, such as, alcohol-based, or in America, they're using Lysol. In Israel, there are wipes that are sold and some sprays that say 99% reduction of bacteria. Those are usually okay for viruses too. And of course, there's bleach spray. I use bleach spray at home because it's the easiest to get, and I use gloves when I do it. I just go ahead and spray it on, wipe it off. You can't do that for produce, obviously. You can't do that for packages that have holes in them that the spray is going to permeate into the food product. Obviously, that's not a good thing to do. Paper is a problem, like a cereal box, let's say. So cereal boxes are cardboard. You can't really wipe them down. So that cardboard, even if someone with coronavirus touched it, the virus will not live for more than 24 hours on cardboard. So for things like that, I do put them aside for 24 hours, and then, then we use them and there's no problem. So 2 days is really not here and not there, because 2 days is too much for paper, but it's not enough for plastic and metal. So no matter what, when you use groceries or you touch them or you put them back, whatever it is, please wash your hands with soap and water, or decide that when they are coming home, you're going to just take care of everything so that everything that's in the pantry is in fact clean. But 2 days is not enough for plastic. It's estimated 3 to 5 days, and it's 5 for plastic more, and a little on the lower end for metals. So keep that in mind. I am 65. I have a mishpachton, which means a home-based daycare center. Can I take 3 kids back? Can I go for a walk up to 500 meters? So first of all, the regulations that came out today, which need to be finalized by the government tomorrow, okay? But they probably will be, but we have to look at the details. They only include regulations for special education. So we can't take that regulation and then superimpose it on whatever we feel like it. So the answer is no, you don't have a special education facility. So The rules for special education don't apply to you. So no, you can't do that, okay? The nursery schools, the ganim, the mishpachtons, they're not open and they're not going to be open, okay? Not now. They will be open eventually, but right now they're not. And jumping to conclusions based on a small amount of loosening up of the regulations is going to lead to people violating the regulations and to have another upsurge of the virus. Right now, we're just managing to contain this virus. And the government was very clear. If we see that people are not keeping to the rules, even as they let up, if they're not keeping to the rules, they're just going to impose a higher level of rules again. So we have to be careful and patient. And the answer is no. Can you go for a walk up to 500 meters? Assuming that this is ratified tomorrow, then yes, you can. You need to wear a mask covering your nose and mouth. That's very important. Everyone who leaves their home needs to be with a mask, and it needs to properly cover their nose and mouth. But can you go for a walk 500 meters? Yes, you could go with one other designated person who you walk with regularly, or someone from your household. And that's it. That's the sport activity that you're allowed. Another interesting thing that happened today is the government released information about celebrating Ramadan for the Muslim population in Israel. There's over 1 million Muslims in Israel, and Ramadan is starting in a few days, and it's a 1-month-long holiday, so regulations have come out. In addition to that, there are 2 Arab towns in the Galil, or the Galilee, that are now also on a lockdown situation because of an increase in the number of cases in those areas. So there is a growing issue in the Arab population, so that's now being managed by the government. So I'm going to do another video about the statistics and the epidemiology. I hope everyone stays home, stays safe, and take care of yourself. Bye.